Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike here from MB Reviews and More, back with another video for you. Out and about with my car right now. I just had some work done to it, so I figured I'd take it for a ride and maybe do a quick video while I'm checking it out. But wanted to talk a little bit about this USAID stuff that the Democrats are going crazy over. Not sure I understand why they picking this battle to go nuts, have their little protests in the streets. Just to give you a little insight on me, I'm an independent voter. I'm not red, I'm not blue. But as of the last like 10-15 years, from what I see out of the Democrat Party, they're just they're going kind of nuts. The policies that they're deciding to take on and their views are just they seem to be out of touch. And I think that's why they lost this election badly. They focus way too much on DEI and this wokeism stuff, and it doesn't play well with 3/4 of the American people. Even in the minorities, they were fed up with it. But back to the USAID thing, I don't understand how anybody would not want transparency, especially as a taxpayers like ourselves, to see where our money is going. We should know. I mean, it's good to have transparency, and Trump is doing that, and the Democrats are they're freaking out. And that just tells me that there's probably a lot of corruption involved in this for them to be acting the way they're acting. I mean, it's crazy. They should be on board with this, supporting it. It would make themselves look better. This is they're picking this battle to fight, and I think it's a uphill climb that they're not going to win, because any normal American citizen is going to want to know where their money's going. I mean, it's just the way it is. Now, granted, you can the other side of that, your argument could be, well, they're moving too fast and they're affecting things that are they're shutting down programs that are important. And yeah, that could happen because they are moving fast. But so far, what I've seen out of that is when they make a mistake with it, they've been correcting it quite quickly too. So I don't have much an issue at all as to what's going on and how the process is going as far as that. The wasted money that we're seeing so far from these spending is ridiculous, and I don't understand why they're fighting bad. They're going after. They're just trying to. They're going after Elon like he's a public enemy number one. He's not an elected official. Blah blah blah. He shouldn't be. You know what? Any president staffer can do this. This is not like something out of the norm. This happens all the time. He's hired by the president as a staffer, and he's basically an auditor. That's all he's doing. He's going through. He's looking at where the money's going. Basically, he finds where it's wasted money, and in turn, the way I believe that process works is what he finds. It then gets shuffled up to Marco Rubio, who then takes a look at those numbers, and him and Trump decide what needs to be cut and what doesn't. So I mean, he's really just an auditor, and they're just making way more out of it because it's Elon Musk. They liked him a lot before he endorsed Trump, but now that he endorsed Trump, he's public enemy number one. And my opinion is Elon and Marco Rubio and Trump are doing a great job with this. I have no problem whatsoever finding out where our money is being spent and what's good and what's not. And most of the stuff that we're seeing so far is just ridiculous amount of wasted money. You can say what you want on this, but I mean, if you're on the side of the Democrats with this and you think that this is fine the way that we're spending money, I'm sorry, but you're part of the problem. And this is America needs to take care of itself first. Everybody's complaining, oh, this is too expensive, this is too expensive, this, that, and the other thing. It's because of things like this wasted money. And under this last administration, it killed us. I think this is one of the worst administrations we ever had in my lifetime under Biden. I'm sorry if you feel differently about that, but that's just the way I see it. And I'm hoping things can get better, and the country really needs to unite, because right now there's a separation that's ridiculous. However, this last election proved that more people are definitely looking in one direction than the other. The woke and the DEI stuff is, hey, I'm not saying that there's not some importance to that stuff. People can enact whatever the way they want. But when you start trying to slam it down everybody's throat, that's when it becomes a problem. And I think that's what happened, and I think that failed the Democrats badly. And that's why they lost the election badly. They need to change their policies. This is not the same Democrat Party from 25 years ago. I used to actually be registered as a Democrat, and I started changing that around the time of Clinton. When I saw things were kind of getting weird and the party just seemed to be going in a different direction. They say all the time they're for the working man and the middle class, this, that, and the other thing. That's a lie. It's not true. And the Democrats want you to need them. They want you to rely on them. They want to be, you'll get your welfare, you'll get this, that. They want you to depend on them, and that's how they keep getting your votes. And it's unfortunate the way they lie, and a lot of people buy into it. And their party is just not. It's not the same anymore. It's almost like the two parties flipped, and now the Republicans are what the Democrats used to be 25, 30 years ago. I think my opinion is the last true Democrat that was left was RFK, and when he left the party, look how they treated him. Look how they treat everybody that leaves that party. And there's more and more Democrats leaving the party because they see what's going on. And they don't like it either. But the ones that stay, they just, they tear these people down overnight. It's like all of a sudden, they were loved one day, and the next day when they leave the party, they're scum. And it's a shame. These people would rather sell out their own parents overnight if you don't agree with them. But this battle with the USAID that they're fighting, and they're out protesting every day, to me is a ridiculous one. Where were all the Democrats' arguments when Obama was doing this? Obama campaigned on this too. He went right up. He wanted to change the government spending. He thought there was too much wasted government spending. He was doing basically the same thing Trump is doing right now. Where were all the Democrats back then crying? There wasn't all that long ago, but it's when it's not on their plate and they don't fix it. That was the problem. Obama spoke hard on this, and he didn't follow through with the way President Trump is. He was really hammering on government efficiency and the way the money was wasted just as well. And you didn't hear the Democrats going against him. His own party wasn't going against him. They didn't say nothing. They were all for it then. But now it's because it's a Republican, or it's because it's Trump. It's a problem, and Elon's a criminal, this, that, and the other thing. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. For them to feel that we shouldn't have transparency as to where they're using our tax dollars is just insane. This country was heading in a bad direction. Look, China wanted to take world power. They want their dollar to be the dollar. And we were heading in that direction. And they still want that. So we really needed some strong leadership. And hopefully Trump gets us going back in the right direction. I have no problem with what he's done so far. He's basically doing everything he said he was going to do during his campaign, and he's doing it. And the Democrats don't like it, but they shouldn't be surprised. I don't understand it. But they're fighting again. Everything's a lawsuit, this, that, and the other thing. They're going to do their thing. Hopefully it all works out. I just want to see things get better for this country. And have, it's about time that we start thinking America first. I don't understand the problem with that comment. People get upset about saying America first. Well, this is where you live. And if you don't like that, then you can leave anytime you want. It's a free country. And but the USAID spending is just ridiculous. Needs to change. We can't just keep giving money to stupidity and we're suffering over here. We have people, our homeless veterans, sleeping on the street, and we're giving millions of dollars to other countries like it's not a problem, but yet not helping our own people, which is disgusting. And I got just a few things here. I'm sure anybody that's been following along is probably already heard a lot of this, but if you haven't, I just got a few examples here of where a lot of our money is going. And if you haven't heard it, you're probably going to be a little upset to find out where some of this money is going. Just get my glasses out here and can read it to you. All right. This is U.S. waste and abuse. Okay, fact sheets. $1.5 million to DEI in suburbia workplaces and business communities. $1.5 million to suburbia. $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland. $2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam. $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia. $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. That's money well spent. $2 million for sex changes in LGBT activism in Guatemala. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for a non-profit linked to designated terrorist organizations even after an inspector general launched an investigation. Gotta love that. Let's just give out the terrorist groups money. Millions to Eco Health Alliance, which was involved in research at the Wuhan lab. Hundreds of thousands of meals that went to Al-Qaeda affiliated fighters in Syria. Yep, let's just keep feeding the terrorists. Funding to print personalized contraceptives, birth control devices in developing countries. Hundreds of millions of dollars to fund irrigation canals, farming equipment, and even fertilizer used to support the unprecedented poppy cultivation and heroin production in Afghanistan, benefiting the Taliban. And the list just goes on and on. This is just some of them. And there's a lot more. And the more you read these things, the more you can't believe that they're actually they're giving these countries monies for this stuff. I mean, who looks at this and approves it? And there's a lot of other things on this list for like contracts that have been over for years and they're still paying them because they're just, nobody's paying attention. And it goes on and on and on and on, and it's probably gonna save $1 trillion. I mean, that's their goal, and the way it's going, I mean, they're finding billions and billions of dollars of wasted money. So it's not gonna surprise me if they find $1 trillion and able to start helping this deficit. So like I said before, for the Democrats to be fighting this makes no sense. They should be teaming up really and supporting this to make themselves look better, because this is something if you're not for this, I don't get it. I don't understand why you wouldn't want transparency to see where your money's going. It makes no sense. I mean, unless you're just so far left and no matter what the right says, or you're just going to argue it, then you're part of the problem. I mean, you are part of the problem, and things are never going to get better. The two sides need to come together. For this country to really start getting back to where we need to be, the two sides need to come a little closer. The left is too far away from the middle, and the right is definitely much more closer to the middle than the left is. And you can comment what you want on that. I'm more than willing to hear your thoughts. Just keep it clean. I got no problem debating. Like I said, I'm an independent. I look at both sides of the aisle, and like I said, I just see massive changes from the Democrats over the years that are, it really makes me nervous, some of their policies and where they were leading the country. But I think the country really got a wake-up call over the last 4 years, and they spoke on November 5th, and they spoke loud and clear. And I think the Democrats really need to sit down and refocus where they want to head with their policies, because the current ones are not working. And until that happens, I think they might not win another election again for a long time, especially if Trump keeps doing what he says he was going to do. And right now his approval ratings are very high, and Americans like what he's doing. So if the Democrats don't do something different, I think it might be a problem for them in the future. That remains to be seen. But right now, I think Trump's doing a great job, and a lot of other people do too. And you can just look at the numbers, and it tells you that. It's going to take time. I mean, it's amazing to me that these people are coming out, oh, how come the gas is still high, the price is still... The guy hasn't even barely hung his coat up, you know, and they're already complaining that the prices come down. It doesn't happen overnight. This is 4 years worth of damage. They never said nothing during the whole Biden administration. Everything was okay no matter how high the prices were getting. Oh, they're eventually going to come down. But now that Trump's in office, they're already hollering, oh, it's still expensive. I mean, there's something not right with that mentality. You definitely, that's like cult, that's like you're in a cult. You really are. I mean, if you can't see what's going on, you're the ones in a cult. And you've been accusing the Republican Trump followers of being in a cult. It's the other way around, the way things are looking. But anyway, that's just my thoughts and opinions on that. I think the transparency is great. I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. I'm also looking to do the next video on the immigration, because there's a lot of back and forth on that as well with the Democrats, and I don't think it's as loud as the USAID, but still some of the things they're fighting on that is amazing to me. And that's basically what won Trump this election. Again, was the immigration was massive. Between that and the economy, that was an easy victory for him, I think. But so look out for that video. I'm hoping to do that in the next couple of days as well. But anyway, appreciate you listening, hanging in there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll be glad to hear your thoughts in the comments. This is Mike from MB Reviews and More. Until next time, I'll see you